Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you this Wednesday. This is going to be my last video for a little while because I'm taking a sabbatical in January and February, so I won't be posting for a couple months, but I do want to share one more reading for this season from Quinn Caldwell's All I Really Want. And just to finish out the year, we're going to talk about expectations. So, did you get everything you want? Is there a check mark next to everything on your list? And are you totally fulfilled? Completely happy? Now let me ask a more important question. Did you get everything you truly want? Not the stuff on the list you emailed to your aunt and uncle. I mean the stuff you want so badly it's more like a need. Did your disease get cured? Did your dead spouse come back? Did you and your estranged brother finally work it out? Did your depression let you get out of bed and celebrate and mean it? I really hope your answer is yes, but I fear it won't be. The commercials would have you believe Christmas is all about fulfillment, the gleam in her eyes when she opens the diamond necklace. And if at the end of Christmas you don't feel completely fulfilled, it can seem like something went wrong. Sometimes the church does the same thing. We make it sound like all we're waiting for in Advent is the baby, and God has promised to give him to us, so just like a parent promising an Xbox, we'll be all set once Christmas morning comes. But Advent isn't just about fulfillment. Advent is always about longing, and about longing that's not going to be fulfilled for a long time. Christmas didn't fix everything. It started fixing everything. Meanwhile, we continue to wait with all the biggest items on our lists still unchecked. And yet after Christmas, after the baby, the tenor of our wait is different. Now we're not waiting alone. Now we're waiting with the God who could have remained above it all but chose to dive into it with us and not leave us until the end. God, I didn't get everything I wanted this year. You know I'm still waiting for some of the big ticket items. But thanks for staying to hold my hand while I wait. Amen. So my daughter's big ticket Christmas present this year was a new vanity, a really nice fancy one that we spent a long time putting together on Christmas evening so that Santa could deliver it in the morning. But she was thrilled when it appeared, when she walked downstairs. She was, bouncing and squealing and all those things that you really hope for to see from your child when they receive their Christmas present. And afterwards she said, "Oh, it's just what I wanted. It's just what I asked Santa for." But the funny thing is she didn't. She did not write that in her letter. She did not say that to me or to Shonda. There was no indication from Charlotte that that was what she wanted. And yet she was thrilled to have it. It's just one of those funny things about kids, I suppose. But we all have expectations when it comes to Christmas. We all have things that we're hoping for, or we all have things that we're going to give someone else, and we hope that they will respond in a certain way. And sometimes we're disappointed. Sometimes we don't get what we wanted, or we don't get the reaction that we wanted. Sometimes we don't even ask for what we wanted because we just think of it as unreasonable or implausible. It's just not something that we could ask for anyone to give us, not even God. We just don't think there's any way it could happen. And so Christmas can be disappointing for us, even if we lower our expectations. That in itself is a kind of disappointment. Quinn reminds us that Christmas isn't solely about receiving the things that we're hoping for. It's not just about that instantaneous fulfillment. It's about recognizing that as we continue to wait for what we really need, for the restoration and the renewal and the recreation that God promises, as we continue to wait for all of that to fully come into our lives, already God has come close to us. God has become present to us in a way he wasn't before the incarnation. And we can see and we can feel and we can touch and experience God's love through the people around us, through the people who care about us and the ways that they care for us, through God's Spirit, through so many different mediums. We understand more fully God's love because of Jesus. And so now, even though there are still things that we need and there are still things we are waiting and longing for, it's not a hopeless, kind of fruitless, no expectations sort of waiting that it might have been. We know who God is. We know what we're going to get. And we know God's goodness, even as we wait. Maybe part of the change that happens is, Charlotte's sensibility of being happy for what she got, even though it wasn't what she asked for. Maybe there's this sense in which we can come to understand that God is providing, even if what we were asking for isn't what we got. God is providing. Isn't that good news for Christmas? Saints, that's your devotional this week. Hope it's helpful and worth thinking about for you. Again, as I said, I will be taking a couple of months off now for sabbatical, so you won't see me again online for a little while, but I will be praying for you. I hope you'll keep praying for me, and I hope you all are doing well, staying healthy. Take care, saints. I will see you all again.